stood beside the bar, neon trembling on the wet asphalt. I wiped the fog away with frozen hands and searched your number once again. A single coin kept turning in my palm, like words refusing to come out. Last coin, telephone tonight, buzzing underneath pale light. I could hear the empty tone, but I couldn't call you home. Last coin, telephone remains ringing softly through my veins. Taxi headlights drifted down the street. Steam rose slowly from the subway grates. A drunk man laughed somewhere beyond the rain, while I whispered your old name. Some goodbyes don't happen face to face. They fade inside forgotten places. Last coin, telephone tonight, buzzing underneath pale light. I could hear the empty tone, but I couldn't call you home. Last coin, telephone remains ringing softly through my veins. Maybe fear can sound just like regret when your finger stops before the press, and every number that you leave untouched becomes somebody lost. Last coin, telephone once more, standing by the grocery store. Though the booth is gone today, part of me still stayed. Last coin, telephone still calls from the far side of the wall. The coin dropped quietly inside, without a voice replying back. Midnight gathered underneath the bridge. A vending machine flickered red and dim. I stepped inside the narrow phone booth glass to chase a future slipping fast. Your number lived inside my memory, better than my own birthday. Receiver in my hand tonight, heavy as the city sky. Every breath became a cloud, every thought too loud. Receiver in my hand alone, turn silence in shaking dust down from the metal frame. I almost spoke the words I'd held for months before the courage disappeared at once. Love can end before a call goes through, without a single I miss you. Receiver in my hand tonight, heavy as the city sky. Every breath became a cloud, every thought too loud. Receiver in my hand alone, turn silence into stone. Now the booth has vanished from that street, replaced by brighter things and bigger dreams. Still sometimes when the evening traffic hums, I hear that dial tone return. Receiver in my hand again, somewhere deep inside my head. And though no voice came through the line, you never left my mind. Receiver in my hand remains, like winter pressed against a pane. Morning buses filled the avenue as I walked away from you. Snowflakes gathered on the bicycle stand outside the bakery on Linden Lane. The windows glowed a sleepy amber gold against the bitter cold. You rubbed your hands beside the heater fan while flower dust drifted through the air. Cinnamon bread snow tonight, fogging up the window white. Your red scarf and frozen cheeks still return to me in sleep. Cinnamon bread, snow remains, melting slowly through my veins. The owner hummed old jazz behind the trays, pulling raisin loaves from metal frames. You laughed when powdered sugar touched your nose, like winter didn't know. Back then the world felt small enough to hold inside that little store. Cinnamon bread snow tonight, fogging up the window white. Your red scarf and frozen cheeks still return to me in sleep. Cinnamon bread, the storm, like a memory staying warm. The alley and the bakery still stood, though the paint had cracked like weathered wood. Snow collected softly on the sign where your shadow once crossed mine. The bell above the doorway used to ring whenever you came in from the wind. Bakery at the alley end keeps the winter where we met. Half-drunk coffee growing cold and stories we never told. Bakery at the alley end still waits beneath the snow again. Your gloves were drying near the radiator heat. Tiny puddles gathered by your feet. Outside buses groaned along the hill. Inside everything stood still. Funny how a smell can pull you back further than a photograph. Bakery at the alley end keeps the winter where we met. Half-drunk coffee growing cold and stories we never told. Bakery at the alley end still waits beneath the snow again. Love can fade like footprints on a lane, covered quietly by snow and rain. Yet somewhere underneath the frozen white, those moments still survive. Bakery at the alley end, where December wouldn't end. And though your chair is empty now, I still look for you somehow. Bakery at the alley end carries us through every winter wind. Snow kept falling past the glass long after we became the past. Rubber boots beside the doorway, 4:15 without a sound. You tied your apron in the kitchen dark before the buses started out. The hallway smelled of Napa cabbage and menthol from your winter coat. I Before the sunrise warmed the crates, you were already walking through the cold, carrying everybody's days. Orange bulbs above the alley buzz like tired summer flies. Men unloaded wooden boxes while steam climbed slowly through the night. Your fingers reddened from the water, counting bills with quiet eyes. Still you brought home tangerines like magic every Friday night. Before the vendors came, before the children called your name, you were standing in that freezing wind, holding our small world in place. Now the market sleeps behind glass buildings, plastic signs and polished floors, but sometimes dawn still smells like onions and pushes open all doors. Before the vendors came, you never asked for anything, just another scarf around your neck and coffee in a paper ring. Before the morning train, you gave your youth away. A delivery truck rolled past the dawn and somehow brought you back. The fish dolls used to glow electric blue, water running underneath black boots. You moved quickly through the narrow aisles, hair pinned back against the cold. A radio beside the soup stand played trot songs through broken tape, and every merchant knew your first name before the city woke awake. Market lights at 5 a.m. shining on your tired hands, fogged up windows, boiling broth and silence underneath it all. Market lights at 5, that's where your whole life survived. I remember sleeping on the rice sacks, wrapped inside your oversized coat. You'd peel chestnuts while adding numbers in a tiny weathered notebook. Some mothers tucked their children in at night. You tucked us in at dawn instead. lights at 5 again, reflecting in the puddles then. And somewhere through the freezer smoke, I still hear you clearing your throat. Market lights at dawn stay after you are gone. The shutters rattle toward the sky as morning slowly opened wide. Chain link fences lean like tired men. Paint is peeling from the gym. Someone left a broken soccer goal, half buried near the slope. The flagpole doesn't carry anything now, only crows against the clouds. But when the wind cuts through the pine trees, I still hear everybody shout. Dust on the playground rises slow, like summer's berry long ago. Sneakers sliding, transistor songs, and kids who thought they'd all stay young. Dust on the playground still flies free, even if they all left me. Minsus worried by a motorcycle. Jen would move to somewhere warm. Sun heat carved her initials by the bleachers before her family moved north. We promised we would meet each autumn underneath the harvest moon, but promises made after baseball games disappear too soon. Dust on the playground turns in gold around the stories never told. Bell rings trapped inside the breeze, calling names no one repeats. Dust on the playground remains after every face has changed. The classroom windows all are boarded, yet laughter leaks beneath the wood. Maybe youth never really vanishes, it just stops where it stood. Dust on the playground once again swirls around invisible friends, and for a second near the gate, I almost think they stayed. Dust on the playground tonight still catches afternoon light. A loose wing moved without a sound across the empty ground. Beer cans rolled beneath the wooden seat. Mosquitoes danced around our feet. We stayed there long past the final bus, talking like time belonged to us. Jisoo wanted California sunsets. Men talked big about a band. I just watched the river carry neon signs through the dark like contraband. Riverside bench in June, under the swollen moon, we drew our futures in the air like smoke too young to care. Riverside bench at night still holds those kids alive. Convenience store ice melted in the bag. Someone's cassette kept skipping back. A couple argued near the bike path lights, then disappeared into the night. We promised every summer we would meet, no matter where the years would lead. Funny how a sentence spoken laughing can become something you grieve. Riverside bench in June, beside the humming bridge tune. Cheap jackets and cigarette sparks, burning holes into the dark. Riverside bench remains somewhere beyond the rain. Now luxury towers crowd the shoreline where we once counted passing ships. But every time warm wind hits the water, I still hear unfinished jokes. Riverside bench once more, waiting by the muddy shore, and in the ripples near the rail, I almost see us there. Riverside bench tonight keeps our vanished voices bright. The river carried plastic cups downstream, like all our unfinished dreams. Gate groaned against the rust. Wild grass covered the running tracks. A bulldozer slept beside the science wing, waiting for Monday morning. Inside the hallway, trophy cases collected decades worth of dust, and somebody's forgotten indoor shoes still rested near the steps. Homeroom bell, don't ring again. There's nobody left to run back in. No chalk clouds hanging in the air, no notes passed underneath the desk. Homeroom bell fades low, like people I used to know. We skipped class near the riverbank, shared canned coffee behind the gym. Hyun played Beatles on a cheap cassette till the batteries wore thin. One friend vanished into factory nights, one crossed oceans chasing pay, one became a father far too young and slowly drifted away. Homeroom bell through cracked up wires, echoes through abandoned halls, lockers dented blue and gray, still remember every name. Homeroom bell somehow keeps us 17 right now. Maybe growing older means watching whole worlds disappear. Not with thunder, not with fire, just quieter every year. Homeroom bell one final time, across the weeds and warning signs, and through the static of the speaker hum, I hear where we came from. Homeroom bell grows small beyond the demolition wall. Evening settled on the court like a song cut off too short. The bench beside the river still leans left, paint flaking off the metal edge. A ferry horn drifted through the fog like a voice I almost caught. Pull your knees against your coat when the wind came off the water cold, and trace circles on the paper cups while traffic blinked above. Bench facing the river tonight keeps the shape of you in sight. Though the skyline changed its skin, you still sit here in my head. Bench facing the tide, where we let goodbye hide. A jogger passed with headphones glowing blue. Teenagers laughed beneath the bridge. Someone lit fireworks too early nearby, red sparks trembling in the mist. came back years too late to ask if you remembered that bench facing the river alone, listening to barges groan. Every current moving south carries words we never voiced. Bench facing the grave won't wash your trace away. Some promises don't shatter loudly, they thin out like evening light until one random passing season brings them flooding back alive. Bench facing the river again, under sodium orange lamps, and somewhere through the cooling air your perfume still appears. Bench facing the tide keeps our younger selves inside. A bicycle bell faded down the path as midnight crossed the water black. The telephone booth stood beside the bar, neon trembling on the wet asphalt. I wiped the fog away with frozen hands and searched your number once again. A single coin kept turning in my palm, like words refusing to come out. Last coin, telephone tonight, buzzing underneath pale light. I could hear the empty tone, but I couldn't call you home. Last coin, telephone remains ringing softly through my veins. Taxi headlights drifted down the street. Steam rose slowly from the subway grates. A drunk man left somewhere beyond the rain, while I whispered your old name. Some goodbyes don't happen face to face, they fade inside forgotten places. Last coin, telephone tonight, buzzing underneath pale light. I could hear the empty tone, but I couldn't call you home. Last coin, telephone remains ringing softly through my veins. the grocery store. Though the booth is gone today, part of me still stayed. Last coin, telephone still calls from the far side of the wall. The coin dropped quietly inside, without a voice replying back. Midnight gathered underneath the bridge. A vending machine flickered red and dim. I stepped inside the narrow phone booth glass to chase a future slipping fast. Your number lived inside my memory, better than my own birthday. Receiver in my hand tonight, heavy as the city sky. Every breath became a cloud, every thought too loud. Receiver in my hand alone, turn silence into stone. A train rolled slowly somewhere overhead, shaking dust down from the metal frame. I almost spoke the words I'd held for months before the courage disappeared at once. Love can end before a call goes through, without a single I miss you. Receiver in my hand tonight, heavy as the city sky. Every breath became a cloud, every thought too loud. Receiver in my hand alone, turn silence into stone. Now the booth has vanished from that street, replaced by brighter things and bigger dreams. Still sometimes when the evening traffic hums, I hear that dial tone return. Receiver in my hand again, somewhere deep inside my head. And though no voice came through the line, you never left my mind. Receiver in my hand remains like winter pressed against a pane. Morning buses filled the avenue as I walked away from you. outside the bakery on Linden Lane. The windows glowed a sleepy amber gold against the bitter cold. You rubbed your hands beside the heater fan while flower dust drifted through the air. Cinnamon bread snow tonight, fogging up the window white. Your red scarf and frozen cheeks still return to me in sleep. Cinnamon bread, snow remains, melting slowly through my veins. The owner hummed old jazz behind the trays, pulling raisin loaves from metal frames. You laughed when powdered sugar touched your nose, like winter didn't know. Back then the world felt small enough to hold inside that little store. Cinnamon bread snow tonight, fogging up the window white. Your red scarf and frozen cheeks still return to me in sleep. Cinnamon bread, snow remains, melting slowly through my veins. Some places disappear without a sound. A parking lot stands there now. Still, whenever snow begins to fall, I smell warm bread through it all. Cinnamon bread snow once more leads me to that tiny door where your laughter filled the room, brighter than December moon. Cinnamon bread, snow still stays in those softly frosted days. The oven light burned through the storm, like a memory staying warm. At the alley and the bakery still stood, though the paint had cracked like weathered wood. Snow collected softly on the sign where your shadow once crossed mine. The bell above the doorway used to ring whenever you came in from the wind. Bakery at the alley end keeps the winter where we met. Half-drunk coffee growing cold and stories we never told. Bakery at the alley end still waits beneath the snow again. Your gloves were drying near the radiator heat. Tiny puddles gathered by your feet. Outside buses groaned along the hill. Inside everything photograph. Bakery at the alley end keeps the winter where we met. Half-drunk coffee growing cold and stories we never told. Bakery at the alley end still waits beneath the snow again. Love can fade like footprints on a lane, covered quietly by snow and rain. Yet somewhere underneath the frozen white, those moments still survive. Bakery at the alley end, where December wouldn't end. And though your chair is empty now, I still look for you somehow. Bakery at the alley end carries us through every winter wind. Snow kept falling past the glass long after we became the past. Rubber boots beside the doorway, 4:15 without a sound. You tied your apron in the kitchen dark before the buses started out. The hallway smelled of Napa cabbage and menthol from your winter coat. I stayed half awake beneath the blanket, listening to the market road. Before the vendors came, before the sunrise warmed the crates, you were already walking through the cold, carrying everybody's days. Bulbs above the alley buzz like tired summer flies. Men unloaded wooden boxes while steam climbed slowly through the night. Your fingers reddened from the water, counting bills with quiet eyes. Still you brought home tangerines like magic every Friday night. Before the vendors came, before the children called your name, you were standing in that freezing wind, holding our small world in place. Now the market sleeps behind glass buildings, plastic signs and polished floors, but sometimes dawn still smells like onions and pushes open all doors. Before the vendors came, you never asked for anything, just another scarf around your neck and coffee in a paper ring. Before the morning train, you gave your youth away. A delivery truck rolled past the dawn and somehow brought you back. dolls used to glow electric blue. Water running underneath black boots. You moved quickly through the narrow aisles, hair pinned back against the cold. A radio beside the soup stand played trot songs through broken tape, and every merchant knew your first name before the city woke awake. Market lights at 5 a.m. shining on your tired hands, fogged up windows, boiling broth, and silence underneath it all. Market lights at 5, that's where your whole life survived. I remember sleeping on the rice sacks, wrapped inside your oversized coat. You'd peel chestnuts while adding numbers in a tiny weathered notebook. Some mothers tucked their children in at night. You tucked us in at dawn instead, then smiled like nothing in the world had ever made you tired yet. Market lights at 5 a.m. buzzing through the winter damp. You carried every heavy thing without saying suffering. Market lights at 5 still flicker in my mind. Now I pass expensive storefront glass where your stall once used to stand, and all at once I miss the sound of your footsteps on wet cement. Market lights at 5 again, reflecting in the puddles thin, and somewhere through the freezer smoke I still hear you clearing your throat. Market lights at dawn stay after you are gone. The shutters rattle toward the sky as morning slowly opened wide. Chain link fences lean like tired men. Paint is peeling from the gym. Someone left a broken soccer goal, half buried near the slope. The flagpole doesn't carry anything now, only crows against the clouds. But when the wind cuts through the pine trees, I I still hear everybody shout. Dust on the playground rises slow, like summer's berry long ago. Sneakers sliding, transistor songs, and kids who thought they'd all stay young. Dust on the playground still flies free, even if they all left me. Minsus worried by a motorcycle, Jen would move to somewhere warm. Son, he carved her initials by the bleachers before her family moved north. We promised we would meet each autumn underneath the harvest moon, but promises made after baseball games disappear too soon. Dust on the playground turns in gold around the stories never told. Bell rings trapped inside the breeze, calling names no one repeats. Dust on the playground remains after every face has changed. The classroom windows all are boarded, yet laughter leaks beneath the wood. Maybe youth never really vanishes, it just stops where it stood. Dust on the playground once again swirls around invisible friends, and for a second near the gate, I almost think they stayed. Dust on the playground tonight still catches afternoon light. A loose swing moved without a sound across the empty ground. Beer cans rolled beneath the wooden seat, mosquitoes danced around our feet. We stayed there long past the final bus, talking like time belonged to us. Jisoo wanted California sunsets, men talked big about a band. I just watched the river carry neon signs through the dark like contraband. Riverside bench in June, under the swollen moon, we drew our futures in the air like smoke too young to care. Riverside bench at night. still holds those kids alive. Convenience store ice melted in the bag. Someone's cassette kept skipping back. A couple argued near the bike path lights, then disappeared into the night. We promised every summer we would meet, no matter where the years would lead. Funny how a sentence spoken laughing can become something you grieve. Riverside bench in June, beside the humming bridge tune. Cheap jackets and cigarette sparks burning holes into the dark. Riverside bench remains somewhere beyond the rain. Now luxury towers crowd the shoreline where we once counted passing ships. But every time warm wind hits the water, I still hear unfinished jokes. Riverside bench once more, waiting by the muddy shore, and in the ripples near the rail, I almost see us there. Riverside bench tonight keeps our vanished voices bright. The river carried plastic cups downstream, like all our unfinished dreams. Gate groaned against the rust. Wild grass covered the running tracks. A bulldozer slept beside the science wing, waiting for Monday morning. Inside the hallway, trophy cases collected decades worth of dust, and somebody's forgotten indoor shoes still rested near the steps. Homeroom bell, don't ring again. There's nobody left to run back in. No chalk clouds hanging in the air, no notes passed underneath the desk. Homeroom bell fades low, like people I used to know. We skipped class near the riverbank, shared canned coffee behind the gym. Hyun played Beatles on a cheap cassette till the batteries wore thin. One friend vanished into factory nights, one crossed oceans chasing pay, one became a father far too young and slowly drifted away. Homeroom bell through cracked up wires, echoes through abandoned halls. Lockers dented blue and gray still remember every name. Homeroom bell somehow keeps us 17 right just quieter every year. Homeroom bell one final time, across the weeds and warning signs, and through the static of the speaker hum, I hear where we came from. Homeroom bell grows small beyond the demolition wall. Evening settled on the court like a song cut off too short. The bench beside the river still leans left, paint flaking off the metal edge. A fairy horn drifted through the fog like a voice I almost caught. Pull your knees against your coat when the wind came off the water cold, and trace circles on the paper cups while traffic blinked above. Bench facing the river tonight keeps the shape of you in sight. Though the skyline changed its skin, you still sit here in my head. Bench facing the tide, where we let goodbye hide. A jogger passed with headphones glowing blue. Teenagers laughed beneath the bridge. Someone lit fireworks too early nearby, red sparks trembling in the mist. You once said, if life gets hard someday, meet me here when autumn fades. I came back years too late to ask if you remembered that. Bench facing the river alone, listening to barges groan. Every current moving south carries words we never voiced. Bench facing the grave won't wash your trace away. Some promises don't shatter loudly, they thin out like evening light, until one random passing season brings them flooding back alive. Bench facing the river again, under sodium orange lamps, and somewhere through the cooling air, your perfume still appears. Bench facing the tide keeps our younger selves inside. A bicycle bell faded down the path as midnight crossed the water black. stood beside the bar, neon trembling on the wet asphalt. I wiped the fog away with frozen hands and searched your number once again. A single coin kept turning in my palm, like words refusing to come out. Last coin, telephone tonight, buzzing underneath pale light. I could hear the empty tone, but I couldn't call you home. Last coin, telephone remains ringing softly through my veins. Taxi headlights drifted down the street. Steam rose slowly from the subway grates. A drunk man laughed somewhere beyond the rain, while I whispered your old name. Some goodbyes don't happen face to face. They fade inside forgotten places. Last coin, telephone tonight, buzzing underneath pale light. I could hear the empty tone, but I couldn't call you home. Last coin, telephone remains ringing softly through my veins. Maybe fear can sound just like regret when your finger stops before the press, and every number that you leave untouched becomes somebody lost. Last coin, telephone once more, standing by the grocery store. Though the booth is gone today, part of me still stayed. Last coin, telephone still calls from the far side of the wall. The coin dropped quietly inside, without a voice replying back. Midnight gathered underneath the bridge. A vending machine flickered red and dim. I stepped inside the narrow phone booth glass to chase a future slipping fast. Your number lived inside my memory, better than my own birthday. Receiver in my hand tonight, heavy as the city sky. Every breath became a cloud, every thought too loud. Receiver in my hand alone, turn silence in shaking dust down from the metal frame. I almost spoke the words I'd held for months before the courage disappeared at once. Love can end before a call goes through, without a single I miss you. Receiver in my hand tonight, heavy as the city sky. Every breath became a cloud, every thought too loud. Receiver in my hand alone, turn silence into stone. Now the booth has vanished from that street, replaced by brighter things and bigger dreams. Still sometimes when the evening traffic hums, I hear that dial tone return. Receiver in my hand again, somewhere deep inside my head. And though no voice came through the line, you never left my mind. Receiver in my hand remains like winter pressed against a pane. Morning buses filled the avenue as I walked away from you. Snowflakes gathered on the bicycle stand outside the bakery on Linden Lane. The windows glowed a sleepy amber gold against the bitter cold. You rubbed your hands beside the heater fan while flower dust drifted through the air. Cinnamon bread snow tonight, fogging up the window white. Your red scarf and frozen cheeks still return to me in sleep. Cinnamon bread, snow remains, melting slowly through my veins. The owner hummed old jazz behind the trays, pulling raisin loaves from metal frames. You laughed when powdered sugar touched your nose, like winter didn't know. Back then the world felt small enough to hold inside that little store. Cinnamon bread snow tonight, fogging moonlight burn through the storm, like a memory staying warm. The alley and the bakery still stood, though the paint had cracked like weathered wood. Snow collected softly on the sign where your shadow once crossed mine. The bell above the doorway used to ring whenever you came in from the wind. Bakery at the alley end keeps the winter where we met. Half-drunk coffee growing cold and stories we never told. Bakery at the alley end still waits beneath the snow again. Your gloves were drying near the radiator heat. Tiny puddles gathered by your feet. Outside buses groaned along the hill. Inside everything stood still. Funny how a smell can pull you back further than a photograph. Bakery at the alley end keeps the winter where we met. Half-drunk coffee growing cold and stories we never told. Bakery at the alley end still waits beneath the snow again. Love can fade like footprints on a lane, covered quietly by snow and rain. Yet somewhere underneath the frozen white, those moments still survive. Bakery at the alley end, where December wouldn't end. And though your chair is empty now, I still look for you somehow. Bakery at the alley end carries us through every winter wind. Snow kept falling past the glass long after we became the past. Rubber boots beside the doorway, 4:15 without a sound. You tied your apron in the kitchen dark before the buses started out. The hallway smelled of Napa cabbage and menthol from and loaded wooden boxes while steam climbed slowly through the night. Your fingers reddened from the water, counting bills with quiet eyes. Still you brought home tangerines like magic every Friday night. Before the vendors came, before the children called your name, you were standing in that freezing wind, holding our small world in place. Now the market sleeps behind glass buildings, plastic signs and polished floors, but sometimes dawn still smells like onions and pushes open all doors. Before the vendors came, you never asked for anything, just another scarf around your neck and coffee in a paper ring. Before the morning train, you gave your youth away. A delivery truck rolled past the dawn and somehow brought you back. The fish dolls used to glow electric blue, water running underneath black boots. You moved quickly through the narrow aisles, hair pinned back against the cold. A radio beside the soup stand played trot songs through broken tape, and every merchant knew your first name before the city woke awake. Market lights at 5 a.m. shining on your tired hands, fogged up windows, boiling broth, and silence underneath it all. Market lights at 5, that's where your whole life survived. I remember sleeping on the rice sacks, wrapped inside your oversized coat. You'd peel chestnuts while adding numbers in a tiny weathered notebook. Some mothers tucked their children in at night. You tucked us in at dawn instead, then smiled like nothing in the world had ever made you tired yet. Market lights at 5 a.m. buzzing through the winter damp. You carried every heavy thing without saying suffering. Market lights at 5 still flicker in my mind. Now I pass The shutters rattle toward the sky as morning slowly opened wide. Chain link fences lean like tired men. Paint is peeling from the gym. Someone left a broken soccer goal, half buried near the slope. The flagpole doesn't carry anything now, only crows against the clouds. But when the wind cuts through the pine trees, I still hear everybody shout. Dust on the playground rises slow, like summer's berry long ago. Sneakers sliding, transistor songs, and kids who thought they'd all stay young. Dust on the playground still flies free, even if they all left me. Minsus worried by a motorcycle. Jen would move to somewhere warm. Sun heat carved her initials by the bleachers before her family moved north. We promised we would meet each autumn underneath the harvest moon, but promises made after baseball games disappear too soon. Dust on the playground turns in gold around the stories never told. Bell rings trapped inside the breeze, calling names no one repeats. Dust on the playground remains after every face has changed. The classroom windows all are boarded, yet laughter leaks beneath the wood. Maybe youth never really vanishes, it just stops where it stood. Dust on the playground once again swirls around invisible friends, and for a second near the gate, I almost think they stayed. Dust on the playground tonight still catches afternoon light. A loose swing moved without a sound across the empty ground. Beer cans rolled beneath the wooden seat. Mosquitoes danced around our feet. We stayed there long past the final bus, talking like time belonged to us. Jisoo wanted California sunsets. Men talked big about a band. I just watched the river carry neon signs through the dark like contraband. Riverside bench in June, under the swollen moon, we drew our futures in the air like smoke too young to care. Riverside bench at night still holds those kids alive. Convenience store ice melted in the bag. Someone's cassette kept skipping back. A couple argued near the bike path lights, then disappeared into the night. We promised every summer we would meet, no matter where the years would lead. Funny how a sentence spoken laughing can become something you grieve. Riverside bench in June, beside the humming bridge tune. Cheap jackets and cigarette sparks, burning holes into the dark. Riverside bench remains somewhere beyond the rain. Now luxury towers crowd the shoreline where we once counted passing ships. But every time warm wind hits the water, I still hear unfinished jokes. Riverside bench once more, waiting by the muddy shore. And in the ripples near the rail, I almost see us there. Riverside bench tonight keeps our vanished voices bright. The river carried plastic cups downstream, like all our unfinished dreams. The front gate groaned against the rust. Wild grass covered the running tracks. A bulldozer slept beside the science wing, waiting for Monday morning. Inside the hallway, trophy cases collected decades worth of dust, and somebody's forgotten indoor shoes still rested near the steps. Homeroom bell, don't ring again. There's nobody left to run back in. like people I used to know. We skipped class near the riverbank, shared canned coffee behind the gym. Hyun played Beatles on a cheap cassette till the batteries wore thin. One friend vanished into factory nights, one crossed oceans chasing pay, one became a father far too young and slowly drifted away. Homeroom bell through cracked up wires, echoes through abandoned halls, lockers dented blue and gray, still remember every name. Homeroom bell somehow keeps us 17 right now. Maybe growing older means watching whole worlds disappear. Not with thunder, not with fire, just quieter every year. Homeroom bell one final time, across the weeds and warning signs, and through the static of the speaker hum, I hear where we came from. Homeroom bell grows small beyond the demolition wall. Evening settled on the court like a song cut off too short. The bench beside the river still leans left, paint flaking off the metal edge. A ferry horn drifted through the fog like a voice I almost caught. Pull your knees against your coat when the wind came off the water cold, and trace circles on the paper cups while traffic blinked above. Bench facing the river tonight keeps the shape of you in sight. Though the skyline changed its skin, you still sit here in my head. Bench facing the tide, where we let goodbye hide. A jogger passed with headphones glowing blue. Teenagers laughed beneath the bridge. Someone lit fireworks too early nearby, red sparks trembling in the mist. You once said, if life gets hard someday, meet me here when autumn fades. I came back years too late to ask if you remembered that. Bench facing the river alone, listening to barges groan. Every current moving south carries words we never voiced. Bench facing the gray won't wash your trace away. them flooding back alive. Bench facing the river again, under sodium orange lamps, and somewhere through the cooling air, your perfume still appears. Bench facing the tide keeps our younger selves inside. A bicycle bell faded down the path as midnight crossed the water black.